The first breath I take on the porch tastes like dust and rain. The Villisca house stands quiet, like it's listening. Tour brochures talk about history, but history is just a word for things that didn't stop happening. I put my hand on the door. The wood is colder than it should be. They say houses don't remember. This one corrects them. The hinges breathe, the stairs hold their breath, and the hallway waits like a throat that never swallowed the scream. When the air gets heavy, time gets light. I blink, and the house blinks back. Suddenly it's not the Moore House Museum. It's home, June 1912, and everyone inside is still alive. Sunday night, June 9th. A children's program at the Presbyterian Church. Josiah and Sarah Moore. Herman, Catherine, Boyd, Paul. 2 guests, Ina and Lena Stillinger. Shoes scuff dust, hymns fall quiet. They walk home under a warm sky that knows too much. He's already inside, up in the attic, where the house keeps its breath. 2 cigarettes burn down to secrets. He listens to bedtime. The murmur of a prayer, the soft thud of a shoe, the click of a lamp turned low. He waits for the quiet to deepen until it becomes a place. Then the quiet breaks like bone. Josiah first. Sarah next. Then small beds, one by one, like a list written in blood. By the time he reaches the Stillinger girls, it isn't speed. It's ritual. Mirrors are veiled, windows gagged. The light is strangled down to a single breathing wick. He washes. Hands, handle, habit. The water goes the color of iron and keeps it. He covers faces with sheets he didn't fold. The last thing he leaves is a room that won't stop looking away. Morning arrives, but won't begin. No chores, no voices, no clatter of plates. Mary Peckham knocks, and the house answers with silence. Ross Moore opens the door with a key that shouldn't be necessary. He steps into a smell like iron and old fruit. He steps out of himself. News moves faster than decency. Neighbors pour through the rooms, touching, lifting, breaking the only story that could still be told. Souvenir grief, a sliver of wood, a strand of fabric. Someone even handles the axe. The killer left fingerprints of intent. The crowd left fingerprints of everyone. A lamp with its chimney removed. Light suffocated by choice. Curtains pinned shut so the dark would stay. A broken keychain no one recognizes. Only Lena fights back. Scratches on the air itself. No theft, no forced entry. No reason that can be spent or pawned. Procedure needs silence. The house got a parade. The coroner wrote too little. The marshal held back too late. Proof is a delicate animal. Villisca brought a stampede. By noon, truth was trampled into story. Reverend George Kelly talked too much, then took it back. He confessed in a way that sounded like a man describing a dream he didn't have. 2 trials. No verdict. His name fogs the glass and disappears when you wipe it. Frank Jones, old grudges with Josiah, money that casts long shadows. But whispers aren't evidence, and power walks out the front door clean. The house says nothing. The town says too much. William Blackie Mansfield, a man the tracks remember better than people do. Tied to other killings the way weather ties to a cloud. Names swirl. The train leaves. No one gets off holding truth. The pattern wakes up years later. Families erased in their sleep. Mirrors covered. Axe left behind like a signature carved into wood. Every town within whispering distance of a rail line. A man arrives. A house forgets to breathe. A morning refuses to begin. They call him the man from the train. Maybe Paul Muller. Maybe a shadow that learned to write its name. He arrives unseen, waits inside, works with patience, and leaves nothing worth finding. If he's real, Villisca wasn't the storm. Villisca was a drop. One bead of water in a countrywide downpour that never made a sound. Sleep becomes conditional. Guns live on tables. Chairs lean into doors like tired guards. Strangers are suspects who haven't failed yet. Children learn a sound adults can't hear anymore. The soft snap of trust breaking in the dark. Villisca puts on black and tries to stitch itself together. Hymns climb the rafters and lose their footing. 8 names said out loud, so the house doesn't carry them alone. Grief doesn't end. It expands until there's room for the living again. The nation looks in, hungry for horror it can fold and put away. Reporters make the hallway fit in a column, but this hallway doesn't end on the page, and the quiet under the stairs doesn't care who's reading. They return the house to what it was before it learned the word murder. No electricity, no plumbing, only the original dark. Visitors test the air like a locked door. Some hear steps above when no one is there. Some feel watched by corners that don't have eyes. One man put a blade into his own chest in the Stillinger room, and afterward, he didn't remember choosing it. Maybe shock, maybe suggestion, or maybe the house leaned close and borrowed his hand. What presses on you here isn't only what happened, it's what didn't. No sealed scene, no clean chain of evidence, no verdict. A lesson taught in whispers. When truth needs stillness, don't invite a crowd. I walk the rooms in my head, bedroom to bedroom, breath to breath. I count 8 in the quiet, and the quiet counts me back. The floorboards remember the path better than I do. He hid from his reflection. He made the house blind. But a house is an eye that never closes. It catalogs, it keeps, it breathes, and remembers the hands that taught it to look away. Say their names with me, even if only in your head. Josiah, Sarah, Herman, Catherine, Boyd, Paul, Ina, Lena. The measure of a mystery isn't how long it lasts. It's how loud the silence gets. The wallpaper tightens. The air grows heavier. Time lets go of my sleeve and pretends it never held on. I'm back in the present, but the present doesn't feel alone. Stand very still, and the house leans toward you. There, behind my left heel, a floorboard size that I didn't step on. A draft slides along my neck, the exact temperature of a held breath let go. I turn. Nothing I can name. Maybe it's nerves. Maybe it's grief I borrowed from another century. Or maybe the house finished the breath I was too scared to take. Either way, something here prefers quiet, and it's very good at keeping it. History is a word for things that didn't stop happening. Listen long enough, and silence starts to speak. Here, it says only this: we remember. Do you? The candle dies, but the air still glows. A breath after the flame. The house exhales through the cracks, and what slips past sounds almost like a word I don't know. Then nothing, just the hush pressing against my ribs. Until next time, listen for what the quiet hides.